Hello, this weekend the Warhammer reveals happened at Warhammer World Championships. I'm excited, I didn't think I was going to be, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Let's have a look at what those reveals were, what I think, and perhaps what it means for my hobby and the channel going forward. Let's get into it. Hi everybody, and welcome back. I'm Wayne. It was the Warhammer World Championship, and as such there were a whole slew of reveals that happened this weekend. I was watching with bated breath and, well, I wasn't disappointed. There was a fair amount of Age of Sigmar stuff that was revealed, and that's kind of where the majority of my interest lies at the moment, but there were also some really interesting 40k snippets that came out of that. It might be enough to get me into 40k again, and perhaps even playing the game, not just Kill Team. Let's have a look at what they showed and what my thoughts and feelings are around those. What's it going to mean for the channel? Does that mean I'm going to be painting something other than Soulblight Gravelords and Chaos? Well, maybe. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay then, so the first thing that they showed was Darkwater, and I've been waiting for this. I've loved Warhammer Quest, I love Blackstone Fortress, I absolutely, really been enjoying playing Curse City. That's what started my love of the Soulblight Gravelords, and now we've got Darkwater, and finally they've started to show it. After those potato cam images from a little while back, we have the entire thing revealed now, and I have to say, my initial reaction to those potato cam leaks and the models that they showed wasn't particularly fantastic, but I have to say it seems I was wrong. Everything that the community thought was going to happen seems to have mostly happened. We've got a game book now instead of the card tiles. I'm really excited for this idea. I know that Gloomhaven had it with Into the Lion's Mouth a while back, and I think this is a really great step forward. I'm super happy about this. 5-minute setup time is what they reckon, and if that's the case, that's going to make game night so much easier for me. Now, the things that I wasn't overly sold on this were the main character figures. Now, I think we've got them down here. This guy was the first one that they showed off. I really do not like this dude at all. Ed Mark Valoran, not interested, don't like this sculpt, and it's been the same throughout. And then this weekend, we saw another 3 characters. We saw this guy. Yeah, is an elfy dude, is an elfy centaur, one of Kernoth's slot. Pretty cool model, I'm there for it. But this chap, Drashavon, I really like this guy. 100% this is the character that I will be playing as. From what they said, it may be that you can't play him from the get-go, that you will have to unlock it as you work through the story mode. But yeah, okay, if that's the case, fine. But yeah, this guy looks really, really cool. I'm absolutely there for it. But this dude, oh yes. Yeah. I'm there for it. I like all of the tie-ins that they've done with this spiral design that kind of carries across the good guys and the bad guys. This whole Gyron life motif they've got going on. I really, really enjoyed that. It's a subtle little thing that really sold it to me. So yeah, let's have a look at the bad guy, Nurgle. Wow, I didn't expect them to get a range refresh. I still think the Maggotkin range is pretty good. It's pretty limited, yes, but I have a full Nurgle army, a full Maggotkin army, all of the humans, all of the demons, and I will 100% be adding to it with these guys. We've already heard that we're going to be getting rules for Age of Sigmar with this, so yeah, I'm 100% there. I mean, this guy just looks absolutely menacing. I think the head's a little bit on the small side, but whatever. These models, they're following the footstep of Curse City and Blackstone, where these are some of the best GW sculpts that are out at the moment, and I can't wait to see them. This lady is terrifying. It's a whole different level of sculpting from what we've seen. I think this is really leaning back into the darker elements of fantasy, I think, and that's been across the board. It feels like they're going a much different way. Loving how this one looks as well. This guy, yes, fantastic model. I mean, all of these are just fantastic. A Shaman Foulhoof, one of the Pestigors. So we're getting Pestigors back into the AOS setting. It was strongly rumored, and well, I mean, this is great. The paint style as well doesn't feel like it's heavy metal. It doesn't feel like Games Workshop. This feels so much better than what they normally do. I'm not a huge fan of Games Workshop's normal painting style, but I have to say, I'm there for it. But these guys, the Cankerborn demons that rise out of the ground, this is something new. We've not seen it before that I know of. And I have to say, these are some of the best chaos sculpts I've seen. These are just wonderful. This is what really took me from the, oh, I'm not 100% to, I absolutely am invested in this. I want to play this game. I want to own these models. I want to paint them. These are absolutely stunning. I'm really, really excited for these. I mean, there's just nothing wrong with them at all for me. This is absolute perfection. And I still think the current Nurgle range is really great. So for this to be replacing some of them, or in addition to, I'm there for it. Blight Templars to add to the Blight Kings. Again, fantastic sculpts. The only thing that I'm not liking about these is the bases, to be honest, but that's because they're inside of this gaming system. We saw it with Blackstone Fortress. Didn't have the same issue with Curse City because I put my own bases on there, but I think that's what's going to have to happen with these as well. Just a little bit of something to tie them into the world a little bit more. It's a little bit boring, but I can see why they would do that. And again, I think the armor that they've done on these, this Nurgle kind of, the metallic green compared to what they had before with the previous painting scheme, looks so much nicer, and one that I might actually adopt for my own stuff going forwards. Pox Wretches, these are probably the weakest for me in this box set, so we won't go into them. Yeah, they're cool. They look really great, to be honest, but I'm not feeling them as much as some of the other stuff. And as we say, we've got some Pestigors as well. Now, I'm happy to see these back, to be honest. Beastmen look cool. Yeah, they're not the best sculpts. I think the ones that they reveal after put these to shame, but I'm happy to have these in there. Great stuff. And the Maya Kelpies, not into these at all. These feel a little bit lackluster compared to the rest of the box, but whatever. They're just little bits and pieces, aren't they? Now, the book and the board, my concern was that it wasn't going to lay flat when the rumours started circulating that we got this, but they've said that it is definitely going to lay flat. They made a big point of that, so happy times there. That was the only thing that I was a little bit concerned about. So hopefully this is going to be the way forward, and perhaps what they're going to do then in terms of expansions is just sell new map books, perhaps some additional models that will come in separate boxes, and that way it keeps the game nice and modular, and I'm absolutely excited for that. That would work for me, and certainly the people that I play with games with. So yeah, I won't go too far into all of the stuff they showed for this because there was a wodge of it. It's up on Warcom. Let's have a look at what else they showed, and it's more Maggotkin. If you've been following my channel for a while, thank you firstly, but you know that my first Age of Sigmar army, proper army, was the Maggotkin. I absolutely adore this army, and well, now we're getting some additional units and some upgraded character models. I'd heard rumours Festus was coming. I think we all had. I assumed it was going to be the big bad in Darkwater, but oh my days, this model could possibly take over as my Jesus model that I absolutely need to paint. Previously, the Great Unclean one was what I wanted to paint. Painted him, enjoyed it immensely, but oh my days, this guy has had something of an anti-glow up. I love the old Forge World model of this, and yeah, this is just some next level stuff, isn't it? He's ascended to be a demon prince now, and we can see exactly that in the size of this sculpt. I mean, it's huge, it's on top of this giant slug. And look at this guy here. I mean, this is, they've not shied away from making this terrifying. The paint job, I think, again, is absolutely stunning. It's not 100% to my taste. I've already got an idea of what I want to do with this, but as soon as this guy comes out, I won't be saving him until the end of the project. I'll be cracking on straight away with him. If you want to see a video of me painting this guy, let me know and I'll do my best to pick it up on launch day and crack on with it. I absolutely want this chap to be leading my Nurgle army, my Maggotkin, into battle, and it fits really nicely with the narrative that I've got with my gaming buddy, that we're playing together. We've got a Path to Glory campaign, and the original origin of my character was through a confrontation between the Soulblight Gravelords and the Maggotkin. So this is all really exciting for me. It's all working together to forge that story, and that's something that I really want to share with you guys as well. If that sounds interesting to you, do let me know down in the comments. Reach out to me and we can, I can make that happen. Let's have a look at some more details on this guy. I'm just totally here for it. I mean, this is wonderful, absolutely fantastic. This guy here hung upside down, ready to be experimented on later. The bleach attached to his stomach. I like the parity that they've got between how Festus is looking compared to Rotigus as well, with this piece of material over the head. It does feel like there's some type of synergy as well between this guy and Horticulus Slimux as well, the guy that comes on the snail, Nurgle's Gardener. And I wonder if there's something I can do there in terms of a theme for the army. Obviously, I've already got my basing theme because I've already completed the entire Nurgle range, or the Maggotkin range. All of the mortals, all of the demons, I've already painted everything that's been released, so it's just going to be supplementing with this stuff. Now, the Sloven Knights. This horse is terrifying, absolutely filthy. And for me, these are the weakest of the range refresh. I think they're great sculpts still, but I just don't like them. There's something that I am not feeling. However, my current favorite model in the Maggotkin range is the Harbinger of Decay. There's a video on the channel. Do check it out. I'll put a link down in the description. That's been my favorite model I've ever painted in the range. I love it. And these are going to be led into battle by him. So again, this is going to be something that I have to pick up. I will be picking up everything, but I don't know where in the tier list this is going to be. I was kind of hoping we'd see a army box of all of this stuff, but I think there's a little bit too much perhaps to have that wish fulfilled. But we'll see. I will definitely be picking it up, and let me know what you want me to do in terms of hierarchy of how we paint these. Some alternate options for them. I'll almost certainly be going with the helmed version just for consistency through the rest of the army. But yeah, this guy with the hammer is clearly my favorite. He is, I'm loving the hammer. I've not seen it before. And a refresh to the Putrid Blight Kings. This is the gift that keeps on giving. His grandfather's gift, isn't it? My days. These are great as well. I don't think there's anything wrong with the current Putrid Blight Kings. They don't seem as old as they are. I know they came along with the first edition, but wow. This is, it feels like a slightly different direction, and there's just, I really feeling them. This banner is stunning. I don't know why I like it so much, but I do. These are just great, aren't they? I mean, it feels like they're going to come in units of 3 rather than units of 5, but we'll see when that happens. I don't know if it says in the fluff a little bit more, but there's certainly some variation there, so I'll probably end up with a couple of boxes of those. I think I've already got 15 Blight Kings, and they've said that you can use these or the old ones, so that's great. Rot Swords as well, a variant of Blight Kings. These guys look really cool. Again, it's really fleshing out that range. This banner as well, another fantastic banner, is 100% getting built, and I think they've said that there's options for musicians, standards, all of the things here. So again, I'll need 2 boxes of these to build the variants. This is going to be another expensive year. I thought last year was going to be the last expensive year for me with the Soul Blight, but looks like I'm going to need a little bit more hobby money this year. And then we've got the Pestigors. Now, you see what I mean? These look so much better than the ones that are in the Darkwater box. These are filthy. There's something weird about this Nurgle range refresh though, where I feel it's got more to do with like the Wicker Man for some reason. It's got that rustic kind of feel to it, but these Pestigors look so much better than those other ones, which feel a little bit more alive. These feel like they've fallen a little bit further to Grandfather's Gift, and I cannot wait to paint these. These look truly terrifying. I didn't think I'd be excited for them, but I really am. These are just fantastic. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. And then finally, the Battle Tome. Hoping this is going to come really soon. I can pick it up. The only thing that I'm not liking about this is the cover art, which seems to be a consistent theme. If you want to hear more about what I think about that kind of things, do make sure you follow Warhammer and Wings. It's my podcast I do with my gaming buddy Will, and you can find that over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, over here on YouTube at Warhammer and Wings. Yeah, we'll talk more in depth about that. The Battle Tome coming, and we've got inside of that Battle Tome a couple more of the spearheads. Luckily, because I've got the range, I've already got these spearheads, so as soon as they drop the rules for it, I'll be ready to go and give these a blast on the tabletop. The Bubonic Spell. So we've got the Rotmire Creed, some Nurglings, a Beast of Nurgle, and a Rotbringer Sorcerer. And a Regiment of Renowned. Love the Feculent Nalmol. We're getting some more of those, I think. I need another 2 of them, but perhaps I can build some proxies. If that's something that you want to see me do, let me know, because that would be a little bit easier for me, wouldn't it? Rather than painting another one of these, perhaps I could kit bash a couple of them, or perhaps even just build them from scratch. That'd be a fun project. One that I might actually tackle anyway. And the last thing that came out of nowhere, another Path to Glory book. Now, this is my preferred way of playing Warhammer. I think if you've stuck around on the channel for a while, you'll know that I absolutely love playing narrative versions of the game, and I can't wait to pick this book up. I really hope it drops before Christmas. I'd love to get my hands on it. As I say, how it links into my current narrative is perfect as well. That is going to be super exciting, and I just want this so bad now. It's great. This has been a fantastic release for Nurgle, so happy times there. Darkwater and this Maggotkin refresh. I'm super excited. But that wasn't all that was released, was it? We did get a wodge more stuff, and let's have a look at some of the stuff that interested me in that release. I'm only going to go over the stuff that actually did interest me, because some of it didn't, but let's have a look at what happened with Warhammer Plus. Now, I know this is a contentious thing to say. Some people think this is a rip-off, whatever. I don't want to get into all of the negative stuff. It's value for me, so I do watch it. I enjoy using the app, and I like the animations. So we did see some stuff that's coming up in 2026, and it looks like they've really upped the game. I'm hoping this is not going to be the only thing that they show in 2026. We've got some Sisters of Battle stuff coming. Some Eldar, that will be very, very interesting. Some Aeronautica Imperialis, meh, don't care about that. But this looks really good. What's this going to be all about? This World Eater here just looks menacing. And I'm not sure how I feel about this. Eternus and Be'lakor. Now, this rendition of Be'lakor here, I think just painted him myself. Not how I want to see Be'lakor, but I'll hold a judgment until I've seen this animation. The new season of Black Talon looks interesting, to say the least. What do you think about the animations? Let's have a chat about it, because I'm interested to see what people think, specifically around the animation style of Black Talon and some of the more cartoony stuff that's not rendered. Do you like it? I'm in 2 minds about it, so that would be an interesting one to have a conversation about. Okay, right, we've got some 30k stuff. Not for me. I'm sure there'll be a whole gamut of other videos of people talking about the fantastic releases that came for 30k and Legions Imperialis. Again, not for me. Now, this is something that I didn't think I was going to be interested in, but as I say, we talk about this more in the podcast that will be coming out next week. But I'm actually interested in reading this abridged version of the Heresy. I've dipped in and out of it. It's not my favorite setting in the Warhammer universe, but as somebody that doesn't have the time to consume all 50 books or whatever it is, having an abridged version is very appealing, I think, just so that I can refresh my knowledge of what's going on in the Heresy, or what went on in the Heresy. So yeah, that's a nice one, and the book does look very nice. Old World as well, we've got some updates to Cathay. Again, I'm not interested in the Old World, so I'm just going to skip past this. However, I did notice that there was some parity, and it was something that Will picked up on, between some of the cafe aesthetic and some of the more oriental influences on some of the new Blight Kings. So I wonder if there's something there. Right, okay. This guy, Ozustium Aranthus. Now, let's have a quick butchers at this gentleman. This is a fantastic model, and all I'm seeing is a Sanguinor conversion happening here. This is great. The only thing I don't like is these leg things. This is a really interesting model. This alternate head sculpt is terrifying, and I think some of the Necromunda models are really knocking it out of the park at the moment. Even this this gang, or whatever they call them in Necromunda, these just look cool. These they're like the shoulder things and the heart. I can see this working in Kill Team. Perhaps a conversion happening further down the line. I don't know, but I'm excited. Now, the squat stuff, I think as well, I'm in the minority. I really like the aesthetic of the Leagues of Votann, and these don't do it for me at all. Yes, they are quintessentially more squattish, but really not doing it for me. But the artwork, I might even pick up this book just because of this fantastic artwork that's seemingly just popping up all over the place now. I think Games Workshop are really starting to pick it up again now, which is wonderful. Really good. Okay then, so what happened in the 40k releases? Let's have a quick butchers because I have some opinions here. This model I love. As I say, I'm a fan of the Leagues of Votann. I think they look pretty cool overall, and I really like this chap. This just looks like a 40k version of Gotrek to me. I could see this being brought bang up to date. Swap the head out perhaps, and you've got a 40k Gotrek. It's just great. Look at the spine coming down of the Hawk's head. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily keep the Hawk's head, but whatever. We've got some Gundams. People like Tau. Not for me, but whatever. I think these are the weakest things that were in the entire release, to be honest. This fire just looks atrocious. These look really old in comparison to some of the newer sculpting style I've shown. Even the painting style doesn't feel like it's the same as the other stuff they've shown, and I think that's to do it a disservice, to be honest, because I think these could look cooler. Not for me, but whatever. And the Tyranid Prime with a Lash Whip. Right, okay, so if I was going to do another 40k army that wasn't Dark Angels, I would 100% do Nids. I'm at the point where I'm thinking I would like a small Nid force just because I enjoy the models and I want to paint some of them. But this is cool. This is another fantastic model. I don't know if I'm influenced because I've been playing a lot of Space Marine 2 again recently, but what do you think? Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't play the game, but this one looks all right. I'm there for it. Right, last but not least then, the new grand narrative, the 500 Worlds, and this drop of Titus. Now, Captain Titus again, captain of the second company, Warden of Ultramar. It doesn't surprise me that they've dropped something like this. With the success of Space Marine 2, how many people have got into the hobby and into the gaming universe because of that game now? The new updates are just about to drop, and well, this is a fantastic model. Yes, it's an Ultramarine. I'm not a fan of Ultramarines, but I kind of want to paint this guy. He does look like that Chaos Warrior that just came out, the commemorative edition one. I mean, it's the same pose, isn't it? And I see a lot of people have already drawn that comparison as well. It's what immediately came to mind when I first saw this chap. But yeah, okay. So what else do we have here then? We've got the other people, haven't we? I don't get these. The Astropath I kind of understand, but these other three humans don't get. Can't remember this chap's name. Is it Metarius? Oh yeah, it says there. Metaris from the secret level. What's his face? The secret level episode. He was in this. This is the guy that trained Titus, wasn't it? And then the other chap from Space Marine 2, Gadriel. The other bloke's missing though. I wonder if he's dead. At first I thought it was this chap, but yeah, it's not, is it? I think this is a really good box set. I'm kind of tempted to pick it up just for the funsies of painting it and kind of having it on my shelf. But it's only really Titus I'm interested in. And I don't actually like Titus as a character, but okay, I can see how this ties into the narrative. But I said at the start of the video, didn't I, that I was a little bit more interested in coming back to playing 40k because of what they revealed. And well, this 500 worlds is interesting. And why is it interesting? Well, it's because of this guy. I really like Necrons, it seems. I've tried to avoid it, but anytime I look at the 40k stuff, I get drawn towards Necrons. Yes, I've just said I like the Nids, and they are super interesting to me. I like the bestial nature of it, but some of the newer Necron designs I really, really like. And, well, I like the Flayer cult, and the Destroyers are very cool, and this guy just looks fantastic. Add this to the Shard of the Nightbringer that got leaked a while back, and it's part of this narrative, and I am 100% behind it. So, am I going to start playing 40k? We're kind of interested in boarding actions. Off of this 500 worlds and from these models, I could see me having a small Necron battle force and learning to play 40k. I mean, this box, this is enough for me. Add in this gentleman up here, and I'm 100% there for painting these. This is not how I would want to paint them, but I mean, look, you've got the Nightbringer coming. How can you not want to paint this? I need at least 2 of these because I've got an idea for conversion that I need to do into my my Soulblight Gravelord army in AOS. But I also want to paint this as it is. It's fantastic. And this book set, this larger narrative of what's going on in the 500 worlds, the 500 worlds referring to the planets that make up the Ultramar segmentum. Titus, now being the ward of that, has been tasked by Gulliman to reclaim the planets that have fallen back into governance by Ultramar. That's what this campaign is going to be, leading into 11th edition. I'm really excited for this. I really want these books. I'm almost certainly going to go out of my way to be able to afford to buy this set because I'll regret it if I don't, even though it's Ultramarines, and I can see this being a way of me playing 40k and Kill Team as part of a wider narrative in 2026. I'm really excited for this. I think it's a great release. It's such a good idea, and I'm liking how it seems to be packaged up into one box, and that is something that I find really, really appealing. I mean, it's just a good idea. I hope they do something similar with AOS. I really enjoyed the Dawnbringer campaign books, and I want this to be something I can get back into. I've kind of fallen away from 40k in recent years. I still enjoy Kill Team, but I'm not as interested in the Imperial Guard element, which seems to be what Kill Team is kind of moving towards. That doesn't do it for me. From the Imperial side, at least. I know we've got a couple of Space Marine Kill Teams in there, but it doesn't scratch the itch that I want in terms of those models. The gaming system, however, I love. I think something smaller, skirmish based, that's not full fat 40k, but still gives me a flavour of it, like this end campaign narrative, is going to scratch that itch for me and let me experiment with painting something different up on the channel as well. Perhaps some Necrons. If you like the sound of that, let me know down in the comments. That was pretty much everything that they showed, and I just wanted to have a chat about it right now and kind of figure out what it is that it means to me in terms of what I might have on the channel going forwards. Obviously, we're still working through the Slaves to Darkness build. Those videos are all done now, so they'll be coming to an end at some point in the future. I think we've still got like 8 or 9 of them to go, so we'll be mixing it up with some other styles of content. What did you think of this release anyway? Let me know down in the comments. Is there something that specifically stood out for you? What got you excited? What do you think the releases schedule is going to look like? And more importantly, what do you think the cost is going to be? I didn't mention anything about my projections for what I think Darkwater is going to cost, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be in the region of 125 quid. And that Nurgle range, that's going to cost a wad of money too. So it's going to be an expensive 2026, I think, going forward, but we'll see what happens there. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. I've talked a lot about this. I'm excited. If you want to hear me talk even more about it, check out Warhammer and Wings. As episode talking all about this will be coming on the 17th. But until then, I'm going to leave it there. Have a good hobby week, and I'll see you on the next one.